LeBron James back in Cleveland. Cavs right now taking it to the Lakers. Dominant second half.
LeBron so frustrated right now. Just a series of things just not going the Lakers' way.
James just 11 points as the Lakers lay a huge egg.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to First Take. It is Thursday. We got Stephen A. with us, Brian Windhorst, and Kendrick Perkins, which means we're about to talk a little NBA. I got to say, last night with LeBron, pretty cool. Good morning. You got your Lakers colors on there a little bit, S.A. What's going on?
Well, I wouldn't say Lakers. I just think it's a fly suit, you know, and I look good in this. So we're going to go with that. We just going to go with that. What's up, fellas? What's up, y'all?
Hey, Shae.
What's going on?
Hey, Shae.
What's up?
Hey, Shae, he start acting different once he get back in Miami.
I saw him. He was doing a little shoulder shimmy
he start
before
acting different once he get back
Excuse
in Miami.
Excuse me, Perk. Violation right there, Wendy. Remember, it's an undisclosed tropical location. Those are the words we use. All right. Those are the words we use.
That's what we used to say, like years ago.
Okay.
Now we know. It's been disclosed. All right, let's get to last night. LeBron and the Lakers. They were in Cleveland last night to take on the Cavs in what very well could be LeBron's last trip back home as an NBA player. The Cavs honored the King with the first quarter tribute video that had LBJ in tears. The Lakers did lose by 30, but the story is more about LeBron's future, right? So here was LeBron reflecting after the game.
Question gets asked more, and the thought, creeps in my mind more at 41 years old of when the end is and where's the finish line for us to hang this thing up. So how much juice I can squeeze out of this orange, and how can I continue to? I'm at a battle with Father of Time, and I'm kind of taking it personal.
All right, so he kept it loose and kept it easy. I got to say, he was bundled up going back to Cleveland. You saw him with the hat and everything on during the press conference. But the question is now, do we think this is the last time we're going to see LBJ play in Cleveland? S.A., what do you think?
I don't think so, because I don't think this is his last year. I think that he's, his makeup is of the mindset that, when it's his swan song, he wants to announce it before the season so he could be celebrated for the duration of the season as opposed to in an impromptu fashion at the last minute, I'm hanging it up and, put a tweet on X or whatever it is that this is all over. I don't think he's going out like that. I think that he's meant too much to the game. He's done too much for the game that, quite frankly, he wants to be celebrated. And I'm here to tell you, he deserves to be celebrated. He's one of the greatest players to have ever lived. I got him top 2 all time. Everybody knows that. And with what he has done for the game of basketball, the ambassador that he has been to the game of basketball, I don't think it's one of those situations where he's just going to, announce suddenly that it's over after the season is over and you don't have an opportunity to celebrate him from city to city because of what he's meant to the game. So I don't think this is his last year. I think we'll see him in Cleveland at least one more time as far as I'm concerned, and that's how I view it.
Now, I was torn last night because that was the first time that I've seen LeBron James emotional outside of him winning NBA championships. And I was crying so hard in my hotel room that I damn near drowned my own self, okay? I almost drowned my own self. But let me say this. When it comes down to LeBron, I believe that he's going to play another year. I believe that he wants to be celebrated. Like Stephen A. just alluded to, he deserves to be celebrated. And I believe that the fans deserve to see LeBron James, not just in the Cavs arena for one last time, but all across the world. And so when you think about Bron and you think about what he has done over the last 2 decades, carrying this torch, being the face of the league, doing it in great fashion, I want him to be celebrated. I believe he comes back for another year. I believe he announced to the world that it's going to be his final year next year, and I believe he goes all out. And I believe that LeBron James will go all out. He will play next year, and it should be in the Cleveland Cavalier uniform.
So you think he goes back?
First off, Stephen A., I wore this for you, orange and blue, because the Knicks had one of their best wins in a while last night in Toronto. I just want to point that out. I wore it for you.
Okay.
The second thing is, I sure hope that wasn't the last time we saw LeBron in Cleveland, because that was a terrible game by him. He had 6 turnovers and 3 baskets, one of the worst games he ever played in Cleveland, and I sure hope he doesn't go out like that. I agree with you, Perk. I was a little surprised to see LeBron shedding tears. I've only seen LeBron shed tears in a basketball arena a few times. Most of them have been, at the end of season, certainly not in January. So that did hit a certain way. His mom, Gloria, came and brought a whole bunch of other family members last night to see Bronny and LeBron after the game, and that's something that you don't see all the time. But LeBron has a couple of things he's got to do. Number one, he's got to worry about his health, okay? He is battling these chronic conditions. Sciatica is one of them. Dave McMenamin from our staff mentioned earlier this week, LeBron has quit drinking wine, which, as you know anything about LeBron, one of LeBron's pleasures in life is drinking very fine, expensive French or California wine. He has quit drinking it because his therapists and doctors have told him he's worried about, whatever that does to sciatica. So he stopped drinking wine. That is not a guy who is ready to go in the sunset. Okay, I'm looking at actions over words. The second thing is, you hear when he says, I'm trying to squeeze all the juice out of this orange. I'm trying to beat Father Time. That's not a guy who's trying to retire. Now, that said, obviously it's his body. Ultimately his body is going to be what directs that. But then once you get past the health, assuming he is able to continue this dry January into the spring, and he's able to stay upright and the sciatica doesn't come back, then he's got a big time contractual thing, because he makes $50 million, guys. And the Lakers can't pay him $50 million next year. That's just the truth of it. They've got to retrofit this team around Luka Doncic. And then LeBron has to make a decision. Do I want to play in the NBA for a lot less money? And if I'm going to play for a lot less money, do I want to play in Los Angeles, or do I want to play someplace else? Like Cleveland. Or maybe someplace we haven't even talked about yet. LeBron has a menu of things that he can decide around that involves a lot. And it's going to be a lot we're going to talk about over the next few months.
Well, first of all, a couple of things, Wendy. Number one, I need you to stop making a big deal about the money. The brother's a billionaire. And not only that, he makes a boatload of money off the court. Him taking a pay cut on the court is not much. I mean, he's got it, okay? So let's understand that. It's really, really about, do you want to stay in a Lakers uniform and keep losing and keep getting bounced out in the first round? Minnesota, Denver, OKC, obviously, San Antonio obviously has arrived. They on the come up. It's Houston is there with KD, especially if they make a deal, to buffer their roster like Big Perk suggested. There's too many obstacles in the Los Angeles Lakers' way to give you the impression that they're playing beyond April. That's number one. I remember, we talk about it now, but Big Perk, you was on vacation, so who knows where you were, you know what I'm saying? So you weren't around. And Wendy was probably flying all over the world, whether it's Dubai or Saudi Arabia. Who the hell knows where Wendy was? When I said this summer, LeBron should want to leave and go to Cleveland. Because if you were Donovan Mitchell and Evan Mobley, I got news for you. If LeBron James is anything like he has been, you're going to the finals. And that's how I looked at it. And obviously what I loved about Cleveland yesterday was the way, the manner in which they celebrated him, and because he deserves it. I mean, you talk about, I'm not one for the statues and all of that, but if there's anybody that deserves a statue erected for them in Cleveland, it's LeBron James. And so one of these days, we're going to see that happen. Just like you got the Jordan statue outside the United Center, so you're going to see a statue of LeBron James outside of Cleveland when the arena, when all is said and done, because damn it, he deserves it with what he's meant to that city, that area, and of course that franchise. But I think it's one of those situations where it's not about the money, Wendy. It's not about the money. He's got it. He's fine, okay? He can afford to take a pay cut for the NBA, considering all the other avenues of revenue he deservedly has generated for himself throughout his illustrious career. I'm not worried about that. It's just that being in L.A., you ain't going to win in all likelihood. You're going to win if you go to some place like Cleveland.
Well, let me say this. Both of y'all are wrong. The word pay cut should never be in the same sentence with LeBron James when it comes to the NBA. I don't give a damn if he's 57. The word pay cut
should never be?
Should never.
Gotcha.
The word pay cut should never be in the same sentence with LeBron James. I don't give a damn if he's 57. damn it, even in his last year, which I believe should be next year, he still should be making over $50 million. And he should be in a Cavs uniform. And what I'm going to have to do to put a button on this, I'm going to have to go ahead and call my wife Vanity to tell her to hit up Savannah and tell them to give us one more year. Damn it, they need to get it done in Cleveland.
Well, if anybody could do it, this is Mrs. Perk. We all know that she's the queen, okay? So if anybody could pull it off, she could pull it off, all right? She's got that kind of clout. Yeah. But I will say this. It's not about pay cut in terms of LeBron deserving it. We all know that LeBron is underpaid. Considering what he's done for the game, what he's done for the respective franchises he's represented, he's underpaid. We're talking about a cap, a luxury tax situation, and all of that, and the ability to pay other people who haven't earned what LeBron has earned, but you want to keep them on your roster because they're the future, and he's pretty close to being the past. That's the only reason we're having an issue, discussion about pay cut, but that's it. Bottom line is, if you're going to end it where if you're going to stay on the court in your 40s, do it because you're trying to win a championship. That's my point. And being celebrated along the way. And there's no better place for him to be celebrated while having a chance to win than Cleveland. He go elsewhere and win, but not be as celebrated as he would be in Cleveland. And that's the difference.
I'm with Wendy on this. I hope we see him again at some point, sometime in Cleveland, because only 11 points last night.
He's not going to win. He's coming back next year.
Left much more to be desired.